Hey guys, Joe Tunney here at Honda of Seattle in downtown Seattle, Washington, taking a look at a really exciting car, not just for Honda of Seattle, but for Honda dealers across the United States, the all-new for the 2015 model year Honda Fit. Now this supplants the outgoing Fit model, which came out in 2007, ran through 2013. They didn't even make a 2014 model year, they just jumped right ahead here in the month of June, and the all-new Fit is due for 2015 model year. Now, the Fit, even though it's brand new, and it is a really exciting car, if there's one car it reminds me of more than any other car out there, is actually the Civics from the late 80s, particularly the Civic Wagon, the Wagavan as it was called in the United States, or the Shuttle as it was called in other markets. Came out in 1983 to 1986. In 1987, they had an all-new Civic Wagon, which looks very reminiscent to this car. This car really, to me, looks like the evolution of the 1987 Honda Civic Wagon. In fact, they're both essentially identical in length, width, and wheelbase. Those dimensions are just 1 inch apart between the 1987 model and this 2015 Fit. But this car could not be more different from that car, despite the fact that each of them has a 1.5-liter four-cylinder motor. I'm going to pop the hood and we'll take a look at that 1.5-liter four-cylinder motor. This is part of Honda's new Earth Dreams movement within the company. And so, although Earth Dreams doesn't mean anything particular as far as like a turbocharged or big horsepower or anything like that, what it represents is a philosophy within the brand that Honda is absolutely adamant that within 3 years, their engines will be #1 in every single category for horsepower, for actual real-world drivability and performance, and most importantly, for low emissions. And so they achieve this through unbelievable lengths of avoiding friction at any level. And it has to do with the starter, the internal mechanisms of the engine, the internal mechanisms of the transmission, and everything from how gas gets in from your gas tank into the motor to how exhaust gets out of the exhaust outlet. They want everything to maximize efficiency on every single level. Now, I've read some of the research on this car shows the horsepower rating at 128 horsepower on the new Fit. On the window sticker, the Monroney sticker as we call it in the business, it shows 130 horsepower. It achieves that over its outgoing Fit variant by having a dual overhead camshaft as opposed to a single overhead camshaft from the former design. And then this one has direct fuel injection, where the outgoing Fit had port fuel injection. Now, taking a look at this particular car, what makes this car so exciting is really a couple of things. One, it's enormously spacious inside. I mean, much, much more spacious than anything else in this category. In fact, it's more spacious than most cars in the next mid-size category. And we'll take a look inside and take a look at some of that spaciousness. But for the price that you get this car, it's unbelievably affordable for what you get as far as options, equipment, performance, and that sort of thing. Come take a look inside. This is an EX model, so you're going to enjoy alloy wheels, electronic glass, moonroof, and the like. But all Honda Fits are going to come with tilt and telescopic steering. I mean, nothing has tilt and telescopic steering in this area, this small subcompact group, and this has it standard. It also has space, like you can't believe. It has a rear view camera, standard. And then one dynamite feature that this EX model has is lane watch. And if you've never experienced lane watch, it's completely different than even cars that are $60,000, $70,000, what they're doing. What it is it has a built-in camera in the passenger side. So whenever you're switching into the right lane and you're in drive and you put the right turn signal on, your big 7-inch monitor right here shows exactly what's going on in that right view. So it's not some beep, it's not some chime, it's an actual image of exactly what's going on the lane contiguous to yours. And then this 7-inch screen, when you get the EX model, has another neat feature that you're just not going to see anywhere else, and it's the ability to download navigation directly into the unit. So long as you have an Apple iPhone 5, and I know that they're going to make some changes to address other models of iPhones, but right now the technology only works through Apple, is you download the app for $60 into your iPhone, and then you plug right here. There's an HDMI port, and so you plug your phone with a $100 or $120 cable into the HDMI port, and then you can download navigation right into this unit. It has pinch, it has swipe. I mean, it looks like a expensive navigation unit, but it's only $60. And this is the first Japanese car in the United States available with that technology. And here, this is on a car that, as equipped, is only $19,000. Jumping into the back seat, one of the things that makes the Fit cool for a lot of different users is the ability not only to fold the seat down flat, but to fold the seat cushion itself up. I'm going to show you on the other side as well. So this is a subcompact car. I mean, this is a tiny car, right? Well, this is a tiny car that I can walk through the back seat. I mean, there's nothing like this in the United States. And then, just that easy, the seat goes down. Now, they changed the suspension on the 2015 Fit. There's a concept called trailing arms, and they're just nubs that stick out of the rear suspension. They've shortened those up a lot and allowed the seats here to be taken back about 3 inches. The wheelbase itself is 1.2 inches longer than it was in 2013. So you're enjoying a whopping 5-inch increase of leg space in the back seat. So I had the seat pretty far back. I'm 6 feet, 200 pounds, yet still I have acres of space in the back seat. I mean, there's no subcompact, there's no midsize with this kind of room in the back seat. Our Honda Accord, which has the most rear seat legroom in its category, actually has 3 inches less legroom in the back seat than the Fit has. And so, you know, we always comment it's like an E-Class Mercedes as far as rear seat spaciousness, and that sounds like, oh, come on, E-Class Mercedes. Yeah, really, it's just as roomy for each of these 2 passengers as you would find in a much more luxurious Mercedes than any subcompact. It just blows everything else out of the water. And so if you have big kids, if you have full 4 adults in the back seat, and you're using this for a commuter car, I mean, you have all the space and comfort in the world back here. This is a really, really big advantage to the Fit. Now, I've read the reviews and people say, well, it used to have 21 cubic feet of cargo space behind the rear seats, and now it only has 17. But let's put 17 cubic feet in perspective. The S-Class Mercedes, that's Mercedes' big body Benz, is only 16.3 cubic feet in the trunk. And so this is 17 cubic feet, so you actually have more space than you would even in a big Mercedes. So obviously there's plenty of space behind the rear seats. Also, the rear seats fold completely flat. In fact, the front passenger seat also folds completely flat. You could take a 9-foot tall surfboard and slide it all the way to the front here and close the hatchback. It's that roomy inside. There's nothing else sold in the United States that even comes anywhere near that kind of advantage. Let's take a look inside. Now, one of the things that makes the Fit so alluring has nothing to do with the new body style, it has to do with the old body style. And so you're on the internet right now because you're watching the video. Jump over to a website like AutoTrader or Cars.com. Take a look at every Fit that's available in the United States used. Start with miles highest and drop down from there. You'll start with cars with 250,000 miles, and on that first page of 20 or 25 cars, you'll work your way down to 140, 150,000 miles. The thing that you'll discover is that the average price of all Fits sold in the United States at the time of the making of this video is roughly about $6,500 in that 150 to 225,000 mile range. And you think to yourself, well, wait a minute, back in 2007, that car was only $14,000 or $15,000. I mean, there's no way it's retaining nearly half of its value with nearly 200,000 miles. But it's not just one of them or a few of them that are bringing those kinds of returns. It's every single one, regardless of where you are in the country, regardless of the individual story of that car. That's how strong buyers' confidence is. And so this car at $19,000, using that same math, say it was worth $8,000. I mean, and that's probably pretty realistic to assume. Well, that nets out over a 7-year period of a depreciation of about $80 a month, and then you factor in the reliability of the Fit. Well, there's a reason why it brings so much money later on down the road. The reliability is second to none in the category. In fact, it's probably second to none in any category. There was, when I was a kid, it was always Toyota pickup trucks. You just can't break them, and then no matter how many miles are on it, they're just worth lots of money. The Fit is becoming that same kind of car. It's that dynamite in-city car that really, really does everything as far as versatility goes that you could possibly need, but then they just last. They're just wonderful cars. The new one is heavier. It's about 26 to 2,700 pounds, depending on how you configure it. And they use high-strength steel to achieve that. And so high-strength steel, not high-carbon steel. It's actually low-carbon steel. And then they mix it up with an alloy of like manganese and copper and nickel and things like that. Not that you care about that, but what you do care about is when you close a door on the new Fit, it feels substantial. The interior is quieter, the ride is smoother, and it's actually a really nice driving car. You can take this out over the bridge 70 miles an hour and you're in the lap of luxury, but it also takes turns very, very aggressively. This isn't just some cheapo subcompact. I mean, I know the paddle shifters are a little bit corny to my thinking. It has a CVT transmission, so I'm not sure exactly how you would ever even employ paddle shifters. There's no gears to shift in or out of. Where you would use that is not as a sporting advantage, but here we are on Capitol Hill in Seattle. In the wintertime, sometimes it can be frosty on the hills. Well, you can lock this down into the low gear type of setting, so at least it slows down the acceleration potential of the car, so it makes it safer going down slippery slopes. But other than that, I don't see a need for the paddle shifters. But the CVT transmission, although not my favorite choice as far as sporting applications, does return 41 miles per gallon out on the open road. And for something that's so big inside, I mean, this is an alternative to like sport utilities. I mean, the Kia Sportage interior volume is almost identical to this, and this is a subcompact car. And so if you want something that has dynamite resale value, is absolutely huge inside, and has a look that is brand new. It's a fresh, hot look, and under $20,000, there's no close runner-up. This car not only is a legitimate competitor for Car of the Year in North America, if they can make enough of these, this could be a contender for the best-selling car in the United States for the 2015 model year. It's that nice, and it's that good of a deal. If you have any questions about this car, please don't hesitate to give me a call. My name's Joe Tunney. I'm the General Sales Manager at Honda of Seattle. You can call me anytime at 206-382-8800, or just drop me an email at joet@hondaofseattle.com.